Those jokes, they come to the door and they go by. Cool.
Carving for the Hogtown Squealers. I have to, gotten pretty good at reading backwards.
Is that difficult?
At first it is. My first carving I did right side up, and then I had to redo it. But then, now I look at things backwards and I can't tell if it's backwards or forward. It's like the same to me. This art form is obsolete. But except you know, in the grand scheme of things, but now it's more of an art form, I guess. See, now this is, I think I finally got it lined up right, maybe. Looks pretty right there. The ink's a little faded, but one color, you don't have to worry about lining things up. When you get into 2 colors, 3 colors, or in this case 4 colors, you gotta like,
Wow.
you have to make sure that that plate is in the same place as the last one was, and you can work with it pretty soon. I mean, not a few hours after you're done with one color, but when you start printing colors on colors, then you start building up, and then it takes them longer to dry. So we like to give them as much time as possible if we're gonna do this kind of thing. Yeah, I was all like naturally inclined to doing a lot of visual stuff when I was a kid. I guess seems like I won some art contests, and then I went on, and even though I went to a school that didn't have a very good art program, I was kind of in, for high school, I was gearing up to be an art student. Like I was gearing up to go to art college, and I was taking a bunch of courses in high school to lead me up to that. So I thought that was where I was heading. And so then I went to college and was pretty disillusioned with college. My dad was a musician, so they weren't very encouraging. He wasn't very encouraging of me to go that path, necessarily. Because I had been playing music in high school, but I wasn't taking it very seriously. And then I started falling in with some real good musicians that were inspiring me to go that route. But then once I got real into music and started doing it professionally, my dad did embrace the fact that I was into it, and now he's down with it. We play gigs together now, and he's on our CD, the new one that's coming out.
Oh, great.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
We'll never be part of the love we feel. just was a nonconformist, I think, and that was endlessly frustrating to my parents, who are probably more, you would consider them more conventional. Moving around a lot definitely shaped me. It probably made me more introspective because I had a lot of alone time. My family is not very interested in the arts. We didn't even have a stereo when I was growing up, let alone did I ever see anyone play live music or anything like that. So it was definitely later in life when I was even exposed to it. And I was like debating in my head, I was like, am I going to talk about this? But but I think it's an important part of my story. My best friend is someone named Phil Cheney. His name is Phil Cheney, one of my best friends, and he is a painter. And we were married for a period of time. So when Phil and I met the Snake Oil Medicine show and met all these people that were musicians, Phil met our friend Woozle, who's a painter, and all of a sudden we were around all these creative people. I mean, Phil's very creative, and that's part of why I was so attracted to him. And I'm creative in my own way, but we hadn't known people who like make their living, or part of their living being creative, doing art, doing music. I'd never really known musicians, you know, the actual people like that I would talk to. Like I might see someone at a concert, you know, that played music, but to sit on my porch and play music, that was revolutionary. I just got a new bronzer. Does it look like really orange on my face?
Oh.
Can you tell?
I can't really tell. I'll tell you what you want to hear. Sure.
I bought some bronzer at CVS.
You did it yourself?
No, well, it's like a little powder thing.
Oh, so it's not like a 6-week I'm orange.
No, no.
You're bronze.
It's
Okay,
like
hold
a
on.
makeup thing. This is where it gets a little...
Don't drop it. See, really, I just was here for moral support.
I was born in Los Angeles, California. I lived there until I was 5, and then I moved to New Jersey. My dad took over my grandfather's company. It's a company called VacuumX. They make pneumatic conveying systems using vacuum. What they do is they're these big hopper things with these tubes with vacuums and stuff, and they transport goods from one part of a plant to another. Like little toothpaste lids and stuff. I grew up in North Jersey, Bergen County, and then when I was 18, I went away to college in Boston for a year, and then I went down to South Jersey, which is, what was it, King County? It was like near Atlantic City. It's about 3 hours from where I grew up, and that's where I went to college. And then I lived there for a couple years after college. I don't know why, but I did. And then I moved to Seattle.